What's good, guys? Back in another recap today, and today is going to be the definition of catching a piece of the pie. And when I mean a piece of the pie, I mean a very, very small piece of the pie. But I can't complain. Did come out with a win today. I took two trades. I had one in Asia. I went over yesterday, as you can see here. Took one break even, then one win today. But if anyone else traded today and kind of saw what happened, you can see I was in a short position at 7 a.m. and I caught a very, very small piece of the pie, but that's okay. A win's a win. Got me back into pretty safe territory. I have about $3,300 in drawdown now, so feeling a little bit more comfortable. The account is in profit. I believe I got to get above 5K, and then my drawdown stops trailing, which is nice on these 150K accounts. So that is the goal by the end of the week, to get this up a little bit. And we do have a lot of news, so it should be a good trading week. Other good news today, literally like 10 minutes ago, I just passed 3 other combines. I haven't activated them yet, but I did pass 3 more combines. I guess I could go ahead and do that right now so I can show you guys, and I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, guys, so there we are. As you can see, I got 4 accounts now, all at 0, literally just passed them. And then I got this one that I took the win on, and I just need one more day, $2,900, and we have passed this one, and we're max allocation on Top Step. Like I said a few videos ago, guys, you're gonna hit some rocky stages in trading, but just keep your head up. And look at me, man. I was down pretty bad like a week or two ago, and now I'm pretty much at max allocation. I mean, even if this one gets blown, I'm at $600,000 in funding. Obviously, I still got a long way to go to get a payout, but that's how fast things can turn, man. So always keep your head up, keep pushing, keep the belief, and keep moving forward. And yeah, that's how fast things can turn. But enough said, let's get into the trades today. No news like we went over yesterday, but lots of news coming tomorrow. I was kind of shocked how much we moved today because of that. But as you can see, this is what I meant when I caught a piece of the pie. We absolutely fell off the face of the earth again. So market open was all the way up here, and we dumped 1,600 points, and that was only at 9:30. That wasn't within 3 hours. We dumped like over 5%. And man, when I tell you, like, there's no way I would have held it all the way to the bottom, but if I did, I would have made about $32,000 on this trade, something like that, because my entry was like literally right at the top, and no one is expecting this. I mean, this did kind of cause it right here. I guess I ran down a U.S. helicopter, and that caused a huge dump. But like 5% is like a lot for even like that kind of news. I do think Trump said he's gonna respond, which I guess means the war is still going on. I mean, that's fine by me, because the lower we go, the better. And as I was mentioning the other day, we did need to wick out this weekly fair value gap, and now we have done it. We haven't wicked it all the way, but we did get a good amount of it, so I'm pretty happy with that, and I do think we can start to climb our way back to all-time highs now. But that being said, coming into this morning, it all was kind of relying on this 4-hour fair value gap for me. This one, as you can see, we came very, very close to closing above it. We only didn't close above it by about 2 minutes, where we retraced back into it. We had this gap up here with a few highs, and then this gap that was kind of mitigated with highs, and this gap was kind of my target today. We had inversed this first 4-hour here, and we had created one here and a tiny little one within London session. So that was kind of my play on the sell side. Like I said yesterday, there wasn't much direction in the market. It was kind of iffy in my opinion. But as you can see, The 4-hour candle closed at 7, and that is right here. Up until 6:53, we were above this 4-hour gap, and we ended up coming back down into it off this, kind of reversing off of thin air, and then we headed back down towards that gap. But before we get into that, I did end up taking a long position, basically not right off market open, but somewhat off market open. We were forming very nice bullish structure. We had this 15-minute gap here that we were trading into, and like I said, we had this unmitigated 4-hour up here. That was kind of my target. I wasn't like 100% bullish like long term, but I did think we were going to come tap into this before we moved down any lower. And market opened right here, and we come down, we grab this trend line liquidity, sweep this low, and we get this very strong 1-minute candle off that low, which gave us, I believe, a 2-minute inversion, I want to say, off that. And we had inverse the 3-minute and the 5-minute as well on the move before. So in my eyes, I kind of saw this as a bit of a retrace, and we retraced back into, I believe, this 15-minute here. No, sorry, not that one. Sorry guys, it was super choppy around market open, so I'm not 100% sure. But we had these gaps here, so I wasn't like exactly worried about all this crap here. But we did tap back into this gap, and like I said, we swept that low, we grabbed the trendline liquidity, and we got, I believe, a 30-second inversion. There was also a 1-minute inversion here, and then a tap back into it quickly, and I actually entered a long position here. Didn't go my way at first. Had my stops kind of right here, and I was targeting the midpoint of this 4-hour gap. So pretty tight here, and we ended up going break even. So I guess I got in probably on this candle here, or a little bit higher on this wick. Ended up going break even right there. This one had my nuts in my stomach a little bit. When we came down here right after I entered, I was like, shit. I thought I was going to get stopped out right away. I thought we were just going to blow through this 1-minute gap, but we did end up respecting it and getting another 1-minute inversion. The best entry probably would have been right there instead, and targeting the midpoint of this gap, this 15-minute, instead of targeting the 4-hour gap like I did. But I did run a good amount of profit. It was up about $1,500, and ended up just moving to break even because I was pretty confident in this setup after we went above the 4-hour gap. And then as soon as we started coming back down off this 15-minute, I was like pretty happy I went break even. I thought about taking profits, but I'm like, whatever, we'll let this ride. We'll see. We still had like 6 minutes to get back above the gap, and we didn't end up doing that. So this ran all the way down, tapped me out break even right there after being about $1,500, $2,000 in profit. But that's okay, because that just led me to think we are 100% going to dump, because we did end up respecting that 4-hour, respected the 15-minute, and then we come down and we get a 5-minute inversion right here, and I entered all the way down here when this candle finally closed, because you can see we didn't get the inversion on this candle. And even if we did by a little bit, I probably wouldn't have entered, because in my opinion there was still a chance we came up to here. So I wanted to be 100% sure on this. Waited till this candle closed at 7 o'clock, and that was also when the 4-hour candle closed. So I was pretty happy with that. Ended up getting in a short position right here, and again, kind of scared me at the start. I had my stops right about here, and I just targeted to this London low. Nothing crazy. I was risking about $1,800. Pretty big stop loss too, but it did kind of, we did get a 1-minute inversion here after we tapped back into the 5, and I was like, oh shit, like not again. I caught a good amount of points like right as I entered, and then it just kind of jumped up. I'm like, shit, this is gonna go against me, and I'm screwed. But then we got a 1 minute inversion back down, and I relaxed a little bit. We ended up breaking this 5 minute here, and we launched right down to this London low right here. And that was it for me. That was, like I said, $1,800 win. And I do think that was the best trade of the day by far. You could not have beaten this trade. This was like A+ as it gets. You even could have gotten earlier entry, but in my opinion, waiting till that 4-hour close was necessary, because that was the deciding factor whether we're going down or up today. If we closed above it, 100% would have been looking for longs, but we did respect it. So got in a short, and like I said, that was the best trade of the day. If you had targeted down to this Asia low, you hit an absolute banger. Me personally, I wasn't too confident in shorts. So I just realized there was a fair value gap here. There was a session low. That's a good target. I've been working on taking smaller wins, even though $1,800 is nothing small. But I've been working on just taking my profit, moving the fuck on, because trading Asia session and not taking profits have been my biggest issues, and I'm trying to fix those right now. And I already missed out on like 2K on profit on this long. So I'm like, I'm taking my $1,800 and we're moving on. And then of course we dump like 1,000 points after that. But you know, it is what it is. I can't complain about profits. It's a winning day. I beat the market, so cannot complain whatsoever. But the news hit, I believe, at 9 o'clock. So 9:38, which is when the news hit, which was like all the way down here. And you can see this was the news candle. Like, holy shit. 220.1 minute candle, man. Like, that is absolutely insane. Like, you never see something like that. Like, guys, this was one of the most volatile days probably in the history of the NASDAQ. I swear to God. 220.1 minute candle is nuts. Like, you printed if you got in right before that. And like, there was no reason to whatsoever. We had just taken out a bunch of previous lows, but like, still, like, that is just insane, guys. And there's just a million opportunities to make money today, and I'm grateful with my win. But man, it does kind of sting a little bit, seeing how much we dumped right after I got out with like literally zero drawdown too. But that's okay. It is what it is. We took out all these lows, and that leaves us with still a bunch of lows, but they're older session lows. Like, this is all older stuff, so I don't know. I don't really take much of that into consideration. Like, it is what it is. We could target these, but I mean, like, they're really old. They're all the way from like May, so we're kind of in a little bit of no man's land. You want to look for the higher time frame gaps, but like I said, we did wick out that weekly gap now, so I do see us crawling our way back up to all-time highs, and we are now about 1,700 points away. So there's going to be lots of opportunities to make money if I am right and we do start to make our way back up there. We very well could go lower, but who knows? We wicked out this daily gap nicely. We wicked out the weekly gap nicely. So everything is setting up for longs to continue, but we'll see what happens with the world. We'll see what happens with Iran. Who knows what Trump's going to do. So we'll keep that in mind. But yeah, be wary this week. We do have lots of news. CPI tomorrow, PPI the day after. So be very cautious. Don't go 100% risk on, I would say, just with the whole war news stuff. I was kind of saying we should be risk on these 2 days on Monday, but that was before the war kind of escalated. So just be a little bit careful the rest of the week, guys. There's a good chance we get a lot more war news, and Trump loves to do it during New York session because he's a dickhead, and that's just how it goes. So be careful. No one likes getting stopped out by a Trump tweet. It's just not fun. But yeah, overall, really good day for me. Really excited to get back into trading with a bunch of accounts. It's been a while, and got a chance since the new Top Step update. Once I get this passed, to get a $50,000 payout, which would be life changing. So, not putting my eggs in the basket already. Everything is according to God's plan, but I'm really hoping can get some steam going this week and next week and get a really nice size payout to mark the halfway point of the year. So that being said, be careful tomorrow, guys. CPI, don't do anything stupid. Don't full port that shit. Doesn't work anymore, I'll tell you that much. And yeah, if you like the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.